Hi everybody, how is everyone doing? Happy Superman Day, and of course let's not forget Lois Lane, because Lois Lane and Superman were both created back in 1938. They have stood the test of time, nearly 90 years now going, over 80 years. I think it's about, what, 87 years now? Yes, it'll be 87 years. Is that right? Yeah, 87 years I think. Wait, 1938, make that 88 years. Yes, sorry, 88 years, because we're three, no, that would mean we're two, no. Oh my god, my maths is absolutely crazy. It is 87 years, I apologise. So yeah, 87 years, both Superman and Lois have been around. And as you can see, I am fully decorated in the new Superman costume. I've been out today, took my kids to our local comic shop and picked up quite a reasonable amount of comic books as well. So yeah, I'm fully kitted out, and then let's just have a look at the back. See the yellow shield there as well. So yeah, so it's been a good day. It's been a really good day. I hope you guys are celebrating as well. However you're celebrating, hope you're doing it in a nice way. And you know, yeah, it's been amazing. I can't believe I've walked in Newcastle upon Tyne in the city centre wearing this, and I tell you what, few people stopped me to have photos, which was really nice. I had one guy come up and say, you know, he was a big fan as well, which is really nice as well. And yeah, even got a photo took from my comic book shop that I went into as well. They were like, do you mind if we take a picture for you so we can put it in our staff chat? I went, yeah, by all means, go for it. It was just, you know, it's just so nice, and lots of people were, you know, doing the Superman pose and everything as well, which was really nice to see. So yeah, general consensus, a lot of people obviously know who the character is and what he stands for and what he's about, which is really nice to see. So let me show you some of the comics that I picked up. Well, all the comics that I picked up anyway. So obviously, as you know, Summer of Superman special kicked off this week. I was only able to get 2 variant covers. I couldn't get the original cover. However, that being said, I've noticed these days now, and I didn't realise this was a thing now with variant covers, that even though that the comic books have the variant covers, when you open it, it still has the original cover in there as well, which I think is just great. So it means, you know, you're not missing out on the original cover if you didn't get it the first time round. But let me show you the 2 versions of the Summer of Superman special I got. So you can see I've got the Super Family here. So that's obviously Superman, Clark, Lois and John. And then over here we've got the good boy himself, Krypto, the Superdog, who we can't wait to see in the new Superman film out on July 11th. Cannot wait to see how he you know, performs and such. We've seen a sneak peek. If you've seen the sneak peek, you know exactly what he's all about. I will talk about that very shortly as well. But yeah, so these are the new variant covers for Summer of Superman special. And there's the OG cover. That's the original cover there. So like I say, I didn't actually buy the comic book with that cover, but even though it's got a variant, it still has the original cover in there. So I think that's really good. So looking forward to get stuck into that very soon. What else did I pick up? Well, I picked this up, Superman 1, Kryptonite to Nevermore. Okay, this is, God, when was this originally released? Do you know what, I don't even know when this originally came out, but you can tell it's old school. It's obviously like Silver Age type of thing, maybe post-crisis, I believe, which is just amazing. So I'm looking forward to get stuck into that as well. I bought this as well because just look at that foil cover. The final issue of Crisis on Infinite Earths, the 50th anniversary edition as well. So that's, yeah, I had to get that. You know, just look at that gorgeous cover. Just look at it. Look at it. Brilliant, isn't it? What else did I get? So James Gunn did say that they were going to do a reprint of Action Comics #1, which is what they've done, and here it is. This is Action Comics itself, and it's got a lot of different, all the issues that you can imagine. So obviously Action Comics didn't just feature Superman, also featured other DC comic characters. So you also had Zatara, John Zatara, aka Zatanna's father, Master Magician, and there's other interesting comic books, you know, stuff in here as well. So it's not just all about Superman. There's who else have we got here? We've got Sticky Mitt Simpson. Never heard of him before. But then again, maybe I have. I might have watched a cartoon about that character. Pep Morgan, there's a boxer in there, Chuck Dawson. So these are like proper 1930s comic book characters from way back when. So yeah, like I say, this, you know, Action Comics didn't just feature Superman. There were other characters that were debuted as well. But you can't not ignore the famous cover. You know, this cover here will forever stand the test of time. You know, I mean, if you saw the new Fantastic Four trailer, the new Fantastic Four First Steps trailer that came out yesterday, you see Ben Grimm, aka the Thing, lift up Volkswagen that looks just like this car, and straight away you're thinking, oh, Superman. So then this is another Action Comics. You can see that this is also a variant. This is done by Dan Mora, and you can even see on the back, it tells you exactly, you know, Siegel and Shuster, the original creators themselves, and then Dan Mora variant cover, and it tells you Superman Day as well. And it's and on the back of the reprint of Action Comics 1, it's a whole load of advertising as well. Goodness me, the 1930s were wild with adverts, weren't they? What else did we get? So we also picked up a special edition of All-Star Superman #1, Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley. So that's a special edition there for Superman Day, and I got a foil cover version as well, because I couldn't not resist getting it as well. So that's also part of my collection now. And on top of that, we also have issue 1 for Superman for All Seasons as well. Also for Superman Day, this was Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale and Bjarne Hansen, special edition again, and of course that also got a foil cover, variant cover as well, so again had to pick that up as well. So some of these comics I picked up from Travelling Man, others I picked up from Forbidden Planet, which is just sort of like 2 doors down from Travelling Man, so I thought why not get those as well. So that's what I do now. I'll go into Travelling Man, whatever comics I can get from in there, I'll get them in there, and then if there's anything extra that I see in Forbidden Planet, I'll get them as well. So, and that's what I've been doing with like the Absolute Superman comic books, which by the way, that storyline is just so epic right now. So I've been buying like the OG, you know, Absolute Superman covers, and then if Travelling Man doesn't have the variant covers, I'll go into Forbidden Planet to see if they've got any, and if they've got a couple that I think, oh, those look nice, I'll pick them up there as well. So yeah, so just a quick short video just to say, you know, just obviously celebrating Superman Day, and you know, what does Superman mean to me? I mean, like I say, he embodies the, you know, what it means to be a human, what it means to do the right thing. You know, we see it every day, and we know what the world is like right now. The world is an absolute mess. We're all in, we're pretty deflated with everything that's going on, all the horrors and everything and such. And it's like, right now we just need that a little bit of hope, that hope to just say there is a light at the end of this dark tunnel that we're all going through right now. And as long as we're looking after ourselves, as long as we're looking after each other, and we're staying as sane as possible. I know it's hard. Trust me, there are days where I will doom scroll and I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of it. But you know what? I think it's because the fact that a new Superman movie is coming out this year, that I've got this excitement about me, that I'm like, oh my god, a new Superman movie is coming out, and I'm looking forward to that. And dressed in the costume today, I'm feeling hopeful, I'm feeling optimistic, you know, and it's like I say, you know, it embodies everything that it is about Superman. And don't forget, Superman is the ultimate immigrant. You know, he's a stranger from another planet. He came here, you know, when his own planet was destroyed, brought up by Jonathan and Martha Kent, who gave him all the life lessons and morals about what it means to be a human. And, you know, to have that love and care and affection that he grew up with, you know, why can't we all be like that? Why can't we just see the world in such a way that we just think, you know what, yes, everybody's flawed, humans are flawed, we are flawed, we're a flawed species, but at the same time we can all respect one another and understand that people are different. You know, we're not all the same, because if we're all the same, it'd be boring. We're all different, we're all unique. And Superman, he doesn't look at who people are, you know, and then says, oh, I'm not going to save you because you look like this or you look like that. No, he will save that person regardless, you know. And I'm rewatching Smallville on Amazon Prime, and watching that show, you see even Clark, you know, young Clark is like, he doesn't get to choose who lives or dies. He's not God, even though we see him as a form of God, a form of a God, but he's not God. He doesn't pick. He doesn't get to choose who lives and dies. In that sense, you know, you could be a bad person, and he'll still will save you, you know, because he doesn't want anybody to die. You know, that's not what he's about. He wants to do the right thing. Sometimes doing the right thing can then lead on to something bad. You know, there are episodes like that in Smallville where he has saved somebody who has then gone on to do a bad thing, and it's like, you then think to yourself, well, you know, he saved your life. Why are you now doing this bad thing? You know, why are you behaving like that? So it's one of those things where, you know, we look at life and we say, you know, there are people that we feel should not be around on this planet. They shouldn't live, and there are. I'm not going to name names, but you know who I'm talking about. And you just think to yourself, no, you don't deserve to be alive. You're a bad person. You don't deserve to live. You know, but we can't make that choice. We don't make that decision. It's not up to us. You know, it's up to the universe. Basically, it's down to the universe. The universe will basically give that person their comeuppance, and it will be glorious when it happens. But we as humans, we have to understand that we should respect each other. We should honor each other and respect each other as best as possible. And just, you know what, people will be who they want to be. If they're not harming you, leave them be. You know, I've always been of the mindset is, if that person's not hurting me or hurting anybody directly that I know, then leave them be. You know, this world is full of idiots. We know that. And the best that we can do for them is just ignore them. Because you can't reason with idiots. You just ignore them. You know, Superman will say the same thing. Yes, he will save them from a catastrophe, but he'll just think, you know what, you go about your day. I've saved your life. You go about your day. That's fine. You don't need to thank me for it or anything. Just go about your day. You know, and that's what Superman is all about. You know, and like I say, as long as we can have even just that ounce of that hope and optimism that he can give us, that he brings as a character, then we can do good things. We can do great things. You know, we can move forward. We can continue on. We can fight for those that are unable to fight, for those that can't fight for themselves. You know, we can be the voice. We can be the sword and the shield, as it were, if it comes to that. You know, we will fight alongside them and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, like I say, I know I've rambled on a bit, I do apologise, but yeah. So happy Superman Day, everybody, and let's look forward to 11th of July. I don't know if James Gunn is going to be releasing a trailer, another trailer for Superman, probably today at some point. I'm hoping he does. If he does, brilliant. I'll do a video on that. If I don't do it today, I'll probably do it tomorrow. But if he doesn't release a trailer today, I'm sure we'll get a trailer maybe the next week or two. But it would be it would be more reasonable and perfect for a trailer to be released on Superman Day, right? Wouldn't it be? Of course. But anyway, I'm going to stop there. It has been a pleasure as always. Thank you very much for listening or watching, and enjoy your Superman Day, whatever you're getting up to. You know, I'll post this video obviously not just on YouTube, but I'll post a link on Threads, and you know, you'll find me on Threads as well. So please, by all means, share pictures, share videos, and I'll repost them and other stuff. You know, let's all enjoy today. Let's make it a super day indeed. All right. Well, thank you all very much, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.